I am Jake.
I'm Jacob.
And we are a team. It's part of Team Insanity. Part of Team Insanity, two-man army today. So what we're going to be doing is we wanted to sort of start. If you watched our last Ask Us video, we wanted to start a segment where we talk about new stuff that's happening in paintball. Because Social Paintball did that a while back, and it just kind of died off. So whatever. And yeah, so we're going to try to talk about our thoughts about some of the stuff that has come out on Paintball Extravaganza. So this is supposed to be a Friday upload.
Probably gonna go up on Saturday, but
yeah, it's gonna go up really late.
A lot of cool new stuff came out over the Extravaganza, so
we've been doing some research, and this is what some of the stuff that really caught our eye.
So this might not, it's not gonna be everything that came out, but it's gonna be, you know, stuff that we thought were pretty interesting.
Alright, now let's do it.
Alright, so Empire came out with the new Mini. It's the Empire GS Mini. And compared to the older Minis, I have a V1 Mini. This thing looks pretty sweet. It's got new rubber Vanquish grips.
Yeah, it has a Vanquish grip, so it does have the awesome ergonomics. But that doesn't mean that it's stretched out like an axe, but it just has like the nicer, stickier grips if you guys
Because the grip on my G1, they're not really the best grips. Their grips aren't really that good anyways. They're okay. So these are gonna feel a whole lot better. So they also got a new dowel and bolt.
Clamping, clamping feed neck. It has a new down run sort of feed neck, so it's gonna be a little bit stronger. I have to say, I didn't hate the feed neck on the last Mini, but I didn't necessarily like it either. But I think it is a great step up from the last.
So hopefully it'll be a whole lot tougher, stronger than the
that's what's supposed
previous.
To be.
It's got deeper millings in the body and the barrel.
Super light.
Yep, so it's gonna be a lot lighter. Not a lot lighter, but you know, lighter.
A little bit. Lever on-off ASA. So, if you guys know anything about me, I hated the Mini for 3 big reasons. One of the biggest reasons, probably, I would have to say my number 3 reason why I didn't buy it. I don't know. It's actually just one of the biggest reasons. The ASA.
Didn't have
shittiest ASA I've ever fucking had. Destroys your tank. Destroys your tank threads.
I had to get a new rag on mine because it crossed it.
Well, that was also your fault, but,
yeah, but
it grounded his threads to shit. So it was like sharpening his threads every time. It was just such a shitty design for what Dangerous Power had an on-off ASA, and then Empire didn't. That was like a big deciding factor between me and the Dangerous Power G4 at that time. The other thing was that it was small. They didn't really do much about that. But now, so they fixed the ASA. Big step. Good job, Empire. They listened. The thing that I like about Empire is that they listened to what the people had to say. We wanted an on-off ASA. That's bullshit. Dangerous Power can put an on-off in their $300 gun. If yours is priced a little bit higher than the Dangerous Power G4 and the G5, you can have one as well.
Alright, so if you've had the Mini, before the board is not really protected. On the new GS Mini, it's got, what they say, it's element proofed. It's got a lot better, like, cover, so it's pretty much...
More seals.
Yeah, more seals. It's protected from other elements of weather, so it doesn't get damaged as much.
So now, one of the other reasons why I hate the Mini, trigger. God-awful trigger. Worst fucking trigger. I mean, it's like you have a Tippmann, you have Tippmann, and then you just work your way up. Boom. Then you have the Mini trigger, and then you get better triggers. The Mini trigger was probably one of my most hated triggers I've ever fucking used ever. But they fixed that. Good job, Empire. It has a micro switch conversion. And now you can actually, like, you know, tinker around with it. I think they nailed it with that trigger from what the looks like. It almost looks like an axe trigger.
It's gonna have a very smooth trigger pull now.
Yeah, it looks like an axe trigger almost, and I hope they put the axe trigger on there.
Another thing they do with the new GS is you only need 2 Allen keys to take the entire gun apart to maintenance it. I'm not sure how many you needed with previous versions. I'm guessing more than 2, but Now you only need to keep 2 in your kit.
Plot twist, you only needed 1. Just kidding. But so, yeah, that's about the basic parts of the Empire Mini that we've really liked. But I have to say...
Oh, and it's got... you can fit all the classic invert mini parts into this new GS.
Yeah, that'll help. So just like how Empire made the tracer, we'll get to that in a second, but how they like made the new tracer that they came out with compatible with the old tracer. So if you wanted parts for your old tracer, if you had old parts laying around and part went down on your new tracer, then you could swap it out. I think that was a very, very smart idea. I think Empire nailed it with that Mini. I think it's going to be something really good to look forward to if they don't price it too high. If they keep it at the same price point as the Minis now, I think they will fucking nail it. I think they will change the game and make me think about, when I hear that question, G5 versus Mini, I'll have to sit back and think about it a little
And
bit
if
more.
they do raise the price, hopefully it'll be worth it. So.
Yeah. But if the thing is that they don't have much room to raise the price, because then they have the axe, so...
Alright, so
anyways,
next up we got the new Dangerous Power Fusion Elite.
in my review, I said, or when I compared all the guns, Dangerous Power, I wanted you to change this gun. And they did. I was hoping, thought it was going to happen last year at Extravaganza, but they didn't. Happened this year. Thank you, Dangerous Power. I love you. The other thing is, Dangerous Power, they had a little itty bitty rough spot, but they got their shit right with the G5. And they listened to the fans. That's the thing. They didn't have shit customer service when I had a G4. They had awesome customer service, and they listened to everything. They figured out their mistakes and they got their shit right. It's almost like when Ninja had a lot of cracking issues with their tanks. They took care of you. They figured out the problem, and they got you fixed right away. And they're making sure that they will never have a rough patch ever again. At least they've learned from their mistakes. So,
alright, so some new things you're going to expect from the Elite, it's macroless, so you have no macro line going, that's going to be in your way. One thing I noticed, well obviously it's just about with all guns that have a macro line, if you like to switch hands, like with my FX, if I want to switch left-handed because I play left-handed, it gets in the way compared to right. I have a whole lot of room with my right hand, but as soon as I try to fit my hand right there, it's really tight.
it has a new OLED board. It doesn't have like the big screen on the back. It's on the grip, almost like the Vanguard Demon. New bolt, nothing too special. They did redesign the bolt, so it's a little bit different. I don't know how it's going to shoot, but it's probably going to be a lot softer on paint. That's what they're saying.
They took it used to be air forward spring back. They took the spring out, but they also have a new solenoid control.
Board. It's 2 solenoid,
so you can
double solenoid.
You can control it from the new OLED board. So this is going to, I think it will be efficient as it was, but since it has a new solenoid, it's going to be probably smoother.
It's not going to be a vibrator. See, the thing with the FX that he has, it's a vibrator. Okay.
Yeah, it kicks and vibrates. When I first got it, it vibrated the screws out of the gun, came apart on the field as I was shooting. So hopefully it's not going to be a kicker.
So they probably fixed their shit. They learned from it, like I said.
Like the leaks.
They took into consideration everything that happened, and they're fixing it. And I think that it's a great job. The only thing is, Dangerous Power, you cannot overprice this gun. That's the thing. If they price this at $700 or more, or even I'd say $600 or more, they need to come in at the $500 price point. If they come in at $600 or $700, especially $700, that's been rumored. I don't know of the price for sure, but if they do, they're fucked. I have to say, they're screwed. I really don't see them being able to sell that many because they're right behind a G6R in that price. They're behind an Ego 11 in that price. They're behind, you know, they're just little entry markers. I mean, you know, there's like newer, like the, let me think of what I'm gonna say. Like the, what are they called? The, look under it, the DMs, like the DM12s and the DM13s. Those just dropped in price and everything. So, yeah, I have to say, they have to really fucking nail it with this. With the price. So anyways, next up.
the Angel Eyes came out, and as you've been noticing, we've been taking notes for a thing. We drew a dick on the notes for
And I
Angel
wrote
Eyes.
gay across it. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. You guys that like to be ag and swag and all that stuff, this is the mask for you, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really that impressed when they first came out. When I first saw the few pictures, I didn't think they were gonna be that amazing.
They stick out. I mean,
it's so fucking big.
They look bulky.
The thing is that the plastic, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten bounces off my dye soft ears from popping out and snap shooting, and then all of a sudden getting clipped in my ear and it bounces right off.
And these things look plastic. These things are,
The thing
if
is,
a ball hits it, they're gonna break.
the lens comes around to the back and it pops up on your forehead too. So with the dye I4s or the Virtue Vios or the fucking any mask out on the market that doesn't have a visor on it technically, what that does is when you have that plastic up there is now, what's the point of wearing a headband to get bounces? You're not going to get bounces off your head anymore. It's going to hit that part of that plastic, that little part of the plastic.
It's like Nick putting a visor on his I4s.
Yeah,
like he did.
It doesn't do anything to help you. They're super wide. I don't think they're going to breathe that good. I just don't see it. I think it's a really shitty design. I think it's really big and bulky. They make it look cool in the pictures. I don't necessarily think that they're that cool.
The plain black see-through lens and black body, I think it looks really ugly. But I mean, I guess if you have the right colors, it can kind of look cool.
I just think that they came into the game too late now.
I thought I always had the impression, everyone did before now, that they were going to look awesome, and they're not even Angel Eyes anymore. They call Tiberius Ions.
Yeah, they're the same exact design, but I can tell you one thing, I can't wait to shoot someone in the face with those.
Yeah, I think Doug pre-ordered some, unless he was joking.
Yeah, Doug, I think Doug pre-ordered
some. Review on the
maybe
Ions, maybe coming soon.
I can't wait to shoot someone in the face with it, let me tell you. You better hope that they pass in some inspection.
But maybe we'll change your mind.
I mean, to be complete, I mean, I don't see it right now. It just looks way too hard and plasticky. There's just a lot of empty space, and the other thing also with the lens, the bigger the lens, the more material it's going to cost to replace that lens.
Yeah, the lenses, if you have scratched, those lenses are going to cost probably a lot of money.
A replacement lens for the little I4s are like $40.
But hey, you get, from what looks, you get a nice view of vision though.
It looks like that, but the thing is like the foam comes around. I don't know how the vision is because I haven't put it on. I mean, it looks semi-decent, but the thing is, your lens, there's no way, I highly doubt they can come in under $40 or less.
Especially you get a
without making it super shitty in fog.
And now if you're replacing a lens, clear is probably gonna be expensive. But if you have a certain color,
if you have mirrored, you're fucked. Have fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna be paying $70 to $80 for that. I'm almost positive. And if it's under that, it's probably gonna be super shitty. You cannot make an amazing mirrored lens that's this fucking big. When you have dye I4s and they're like this big and they fit perfect and they wrap around, okay, the dye I4s lens is half of the size as this Angel Eyes lens, and those are $40. So I'm just trying to think in material cost, it's gonna be $60 to $80 to replace a lens. So I'm not that excited about these things. I never were when I saw the pictures of them. I think they look ugly. I think they look big. They're obnoxious. You don't get any performance out of it. I think you get less. But hey, you look ag, so whatever. And then the new Ninja, the new tank thing that they have, which one is this? Okay, this is what I'm gonna buy most likely. I have a Ninja tank right now. I have a gray ghost. It's sort of like a yellow, a black, and partial gray ghost. If you haven't seen it, about almost all of it is sun-baked. And then the top by the reg is sort of black. It's all changed colors. And then the back where I like taped the tank, it's all gray from where I taped it because that's not sun-baked. So it looks like shit, and there's also a little hairline fracture in the epoxy, or whatever that shit is called. So most likely it's not going to pass hydro, and it's coming up on its hydro pretty soon. So I will probably buy one of these new Ninja tanks. Okay, super light. Ninja got their shit right. Thank you, Ninja. 30% lighter.
Carbon fiber, right?
Yeah, carbon fiber, of course, is 30% lighter than any other tank. Than the lightest tank. I don't really know what the lightest tank was. And now it has the V2 Pro Reg. I thought the Pro Reg was amazing, but now they came out with like a little ball bearing thing. It's kind of hard to explain without like the tank in front of me, but it came out with like a little ball bearing thing. I'll probably buy it. It has better flow, and I just think it's amazing. With the V2 reg, and considering that it's super light now, it's like a pound. I don't know the exact weight, but it's like not over. It's like a pound 0.2 ounces or something. I don't know.
So that's something to look forward to from Ninja.
Yeah, that's for me personally. I was like, yes, new Ninja tank, yes. But anyways, so what is this?
I can't read that right now.
Oh, the new Macduff Cyborg. Okie dokie. So, I have to say, I want to know what the price of this thing is. I really do. If it's $1,500, I won't buy it. I'll tell you that right now. But let me tell you, it looks awesome. It has a newer ASA, which is pretty cool, I guess. I mean, it just purges, not really that amazing. The HPR is now in the body of the grip. I mean, I'm just trying to throw some facts out at you that I figured out. Now, thing is with Macduff, I wouldn't even say arguably, the best by far electronics in any gun out there. Okay, Macduff nails their shit with the electronics. Their boards are fucking amazing. Like, I don't even, their electronics is amazing. And now, there's no eye wires, there's no solenoid wires, so now, you know, every single time it's a bitch to take apart your gun, unless if you have a Tippmann crossover, but it is a bitch to take apart your gun where you open up your board and you're like, let me just try to stick needle nose pliers in here in my fingers and try not to rip a wire harness out the wrong way, and let me just try to pull this out so I don't rip my solenoid wire and have to replace the whole damn wire or the solenoid. So that's a pain in the ass, but they fixed that. There's no more solenoid wires, there's no more eye wires, there's none of that. I think that was a great idea.
So it's going to be easier to
it's going to be a lot easier to remove the grip frame if you do have a problem. I think a lot of companies should start doing that, because honestly, you have the technology to do it. If Macduff can do it, plenty. Clips should be able to do it. If Tippmann did it with their crossovers, so I mean, I don't see why no one else can really do it. Dye needs to do it. But yeah, so no eye wires. I think that's amazing. They did redesign their trigger. I think Macduff had a really shitty trigger on some of their guns, like their clone GTI and all their other stuff. I didn't really like the trigger. Side to side play felt sloppy. I mean, you could feel the micro spring. I mean, it didn't feel that amazing. But they made it so you can't have side to side play anymore. But if you do want side to side play, which I have no idea why you would, you can adjust it so you can have side to side play, which is pretty cool. A new soft face bolt, a new shift 2 barrel kit. It is a 3-piece. Okay, that's pretty cool. Wow. But at the same time, not really that cool. It's basically like a freak kit. It's like a retarded freak kit. That's like how I thought of it. And didn't you think that?
Was that their own version of a freak?
Almost, yeah. So
they kind of made their own. So the barrel's got 3 pieces, and you kind of slide the back into it. And
yeah, you slide the back into it. That's the 3rd piece, and then you take the front and attach it to the back instead of cramming your hands into the back. Oh no, you cut your hand on the freak barrel. No, I mean, I don't know. It sounded like those stupid infomercials where it's just like, you can't drink out of glass bottles. Oh no! Like, I don't know. That's what I kind of thought about it. The 3-piece, I just think it's kind of a little bit
too much.
Yeah, I mean,
2-piece is fine, and I don't know how it's gonna go with
the new 3. Whatever.
With the thing they got in there.
The new ram sleeve. So shots fired for Planet Eclipse. So if you guys know what a ram sleeve, I mean, probably if you guys don't know, basically if you have like an older ego, some people have had this problem. One guy at the indoor field a few weeks ago had this problem. Basically on the inside of any poppet valve, I guess you can say, anything that has like a ram, basically, is when the ram moves back and forth in there, it's rubbing up against the ram sleeve. So, and that's wears down that ram sleeve on the inside of the bolt, or in the inside of the ram, so it would scratch it, and eventually it just becomes so worn out, it's just garbage. You can't really shoot anymore.
And you gotta get a new one, so now they're saying...
But you can't replace those in the Planet guns. You have to replace the whole body. So that's the problem with... Now they basically called out Planet Eclipse on that, shots fired. Good job, Macduff. But they now made the new ram sleeve. I think that was really cool. I think that they nailed it with the new ram sleeve and the whole eye wire thing and the new board and that kind of stuff. But so what that is that when you pull out the ram sleeve comes out, so you can actually take off the ram sleeve and get to your ram, or what, I don't know exactly how it works, but basically when your ram sleeve does wear down in 50 years or whenever it takes, however much paint that you shoot, you can replace it, unlike you can with Planet Eclipse guns, or not just Planet Eclipse, but any gun in general that has a RAM.
Ninja's
their new micro remote line. Holy shit! I thought that was really cool. That thing is like indestructible. Won't kink. I mean, you can knot it.
This is for what guns?
Any gun.
Yeah.
Any gun. It won't knot. It's like indestructible. It's really strong. If you guys, I'm not a big remote fan guy. I'm not a big remote line. I've never really had a remote line. I almost bought one a while back. I didn't have the money because I just started out, and $30 was a lot of money to me back then. So I never really bought one, but I think Ninja nailed it again with their new remote line. So
I used to have a remote line, and it was the coil one where it's just a bunch of coils.
Yes.
That's the thing how they sell remote lines, kind of. The coil ones are the cheaper ones, and the straight lines
They
or
nailed
the
it with the straight line. This is
older
like the
ones
new
are
straight
the
line.
more expensive ones. And the thing about the coil ones is that one thing it was a pain, and I was gonna get a new one, but I don't think I ended up. The coils wrap around each other and just kinks. It doesn't really kink, but it feels really uncomfortable when it's wrapped around it and it pulls your gun. So if theirs don't knot, that's a great selling point.
They don't really knot, and then when they do knot, they don't knot.
Because that's the biggest thing. When
they're
you're
indestructible.
Yeah, when you're going tactical, I guess, and you want
You're crawling through the bushes.
yeah, you're
like
crawling
a
through.
man
You don't
ass.
want your gun to, you don't want your remote line to tangle up on you, and get it hard to pull. It's gonna be a lot easier to move around.
I think Ninja nailed it with that. So if you guys are looking into a new remote line, go look at this new remote line that Ninja has. Now, what people always ask me, Jake, what's your fantasy gun? One of the guns that I kind of want, but I'm like on the fence about. I mean, of course I want one. Am I gonna buy one? Probably not. But the J4 Torque, finally, it was released. Sort of like it wasn't released. I mean, it was talked about. They showed the product. They showed, hey, guess what we're making? It's a double stack spool. So I mean double stack by two body. So like an Ego, okay? There's no such thing out there like that. So it's a double stacked, like the body, instead of being one straight body like any other spool, a die NT11, anything like an NT, my rail, anything that doesn't have like a ram in it. It looks like an Ego basically, and it's a spool. I'm actually really happy that they're finally being shipped. If you guys didn't know that, they're finishing up the last few little touches. I really wanted to get one.
So hopefully those will be shipped out later.
But yeah, there's a lot of information about it now than there was like last year when they first came out with it. But yeah, now this is what I want to talk about.
Dark Pursuit.
Oh my goodness, Zeta Mag. So, if you guys don't know what a Zeta Mag is like, you know, I'm not a big pistol guy. I'm not a big Mad Fed guy. But if there was going to be an extra magazine that I was going to buy, it'd be a Zeta Mag. Now, here's the thing. If you guys don't know what a Zeta Mag is, go look it up. There's thousands of YouTube videos on it, but do research on that. But I'm just going to tell you that it's a little bit bigger. It holds 10 rounds in one way and 10 rounds in the other way. So when you run out of 10 rounds, you don't have to put down your gun or like
take it out, flip it around, and pop back. It's
throw
kind
it
of
over your
a dam.
Yeah,
dam magazines.
Yeah, like throw it over your shoulder, like, and then be like, oh, I gotta search for my mags, reloading, smoke grenade, and all that tactical shit that people do, and pull it out. And so instead, you can be shooting and then run out, and then it's sort of like if you guys play Call of Duty. I hate Call of Duty, by the way, but if you play Call of Duty, and you have like the double taped magazines in some of the games, and you reload it, just like, and you put it in like that. It's basically what it is. It's like a double magazine in a way. And they came out with one for the Tiberius Arms 8.1. That's the one that Jacob has. And they're coming out with a grip frame for it, but they don't have all the funding for it right meow, but they might in the future, and they sort of might be opening up donations. The grip frame is really cool.
Yeah, they said that
it's ambidextrous or whatever that
is. Yeah, they said that pretty much on the 8.1, the grip, you know, it's just a solid going down a little slant. It doesn't feel that comfortable. Now it's got like, you can pop that out. It comes a curve, like
you can make it how you want.
Yeah, it's a nice curve on it.
If you have fat hands, if you have really fat, like fat ass hands, like maybe you're DJ and you have a really fat hand, you can put like this big a big block on the end of it so it extends out and is more comfortable. If you're like me and you have small hands, you put a really small thin block on there so you can really get in there. So they make it a little bit more customizable for them.
But like we said, they don't have the funding, but they said they only have the ones they made for testing. Hopefully later this year they're gonna put out a charity, not a charity, but
that's what came off of Hustle
kind of like a
Paintballs.
Kickstarter for it.
Yeah, go watch Hustle Paintball's video on that. That's where we got that information. They also have it for the 9.1 or whatever the next thing is. Now, the Empire Tracer, my god, I've been waiting for something to come out to shoot that first strike mag, and they made one. But my god.
It sticks out a foot out of your gun.
It's the most retarded design I've ever seen.
Okay, so the Zeta mag is about this big. Okay, a little bit longer.
Think of this as a pop.
Yeah, it's about the same as that bottle.
Here's your tracer. Here's your normal profile with the Zeta mag on the end of it. Now here's your profile.
But it's not even that thing. The attachment you have to attach the Zeta mag is about this big. So you have something this big sticking off the end of your tracer, then you have something this big sticking off.
It's so impractical. That's the thing. It's so impractical. But the way that I see it is if you're a pump player and you maybe didn't necessarily like pump that much and you want to change it up a little bit, maybe try MagFed, then now you can turn it into sort of, then you can put a...
So
basically... It's impractical, but you can shoot first strike rounds.
And if you're still not sure what it looked like, if you've ever seen that World War II era gun, it's like a submachine gun type thing, but it's got the magazine sticking out the side.
That's what it looks like.
It looks exactly like that. When I saw it, that's immediately what I thought of.
Yeah.
So
it's impractical. What I really think that they would have hit if they could have done it is almost like a drum. That was the biggest thing that I thought when I saw like the whole first strike thing. Is I think if they like made an attachment so a drum sort of like comes down underneath of it, or like so it wraps around. I'm not really
It would have
sure.
been heavier, but it would have been a whole lot more practical than the thing that sticks out a foot off your gun.
Yeah, it's just I don't really know. I mean, it's good for backyard play. I'll say that. And they also did that to a Tippmann 98. So I think this was a way better idea than the Empire Tracer because everyone has a Tippmann 98 in their closet. I mean,
they called it a Magwell, I think.
Yeah,
some new design. And when they went to Tippmann talking about it, they pretty much told them to design it with the new
with the Tippmann 98. So you know where you clamp the feed neck on or whatever that
you just clamp that off and clamp it right on. It's designed for it.
So I think that was actually really smart. So you can be the most elite player, most ag cool pro. You can be Ollie Lane cool
with a Tippmann,
and then bust out your Tippmann from 1970. I don't know if they date back that far, but still, you can bust out your old Tippmann 98. And then, hey, shit, if you want to try MagFed and you're not exactly 100% sure, then you can try it. And it's going to be the cheapest way to get into MagFed. Now, it is impractical to have a whole mag. It's going to be the same thing as a tracer, having the whole magazine up, but it's a lot cheaper to get into MagFed that way because with the tracer, you have to buy a $100 tracer or whatever. Tippmanns, you can find them for $20, whatever, and then they'll probably sell it for $20, $30, $40 at the most. So I think it's a great way if you're thinking about getting into pump play. Even though, like I said, it is impractical to have that big ass thing hanging off the side. If there would be one gun I'd use it on, it'd be my Tippmann.
Alright, so guess what else they did? They didn't just do it with the Tracer and the 98. They also did it with the CCI, the Phantom. So now you got the tiny, slim Phantom, and then you got what looks like a.
So here's your Phantom. Here's it with the Zeta mag.
It kind of looks like a pod taped up to the side.
It really does. So if you have a vertical stock class, you guys know what that is. If you have a Phantom, they basically took off like the feeding tube and then you smack that right on top of it, and it's sort of like curved up and then back, and then you can shove a Zeta mag in there. Honestly, no fucking clue why you would want to do that, but hey, it's an option.
It's bigger than the gun.
Yeah, it's fucking
It probably
huge.
Weighs around as much as the gun, so you're adding another twice as much as the gun.
Huge.
It's big. It's super noticeable.
Now, it's not as impractical as having the magazine off to the side.
But it's still.
But I don't know why you'd want to do that to your Phantom, especially if you have like a cool blue acid washed color, and then it's just like a black.
And then a clear pod. I mean, when I think about pump, I think about slim,
small profile.
Yes, small profile, not something sticking off the side, or not a big Zeta Mag,
but it's there. That's the
attachment,
thing.
but
the option is there, and I think it's a really,
it's just
really
more options
cool,
for you.
I think it's really, really cool if you want to get into that MagFed scene. Me personally, I think it's a dumb idea, but to someone else, I know someone's gonna buy that product. I know that they're gonna rock that shit out and they're gonna love it.
So they're bashing out the MagFed right now.
Yeah.
This is it. All right. Milsig is they came out with a couple pretty cool guns. These things look amazing. These things look pretty cool. They got the first one. Well, the first one. Well, is this the? Yeah.
No, the first one would be that one.
All right. So it's the Milsig M17. If you ever wanted a gun that looks like a real gun, military style gun,
Milsig.
Milsig. These are the guns you want, especially with the new ones that just came out. This thing's got a new shroud on it, which is like the body kit to make it look cool.
Ag. That's being an ag player.
Yeah, they said it's got a silencer on it.
Ag for Milsim.
Yeah. It's not really gonna do a whole lot, but hey, maybe it'll do something. Quiet down, just
it'll make you look cool to new players.
This is what I like. Not many guns have this. It's got the tank in the stock, so you're not gonna have a huge like 24-ounce tank. Maybe like a 9-ounce or
you don't
12
have
ounce.
to ninja line it to your back.
Yeah, but it just sticks right in the stock. It's not sticking out anywhere. It's very practical. I always like when guns have that. Takes first strike, so you know. And MagFed. So imagine having a cool decked out gun. You know, it's got a silencer on it. I think one comes with a red dot sight. Tank in the back. So
separately, but
yeah, you don't have to get the tank sticking out, and you don't have a hopper sticking out. It looks pretty cool. They also came with a gun called the XDC, which is it's got the basic features of the DMR. And it's MagFed, and it comes with, this is the one that comes with the better gear. As they said, it's got the red dot. I think it's got the silencer on it.
A little bit more. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not a lot more, but a little bit more. And then boom, they nail you with the DMR.
The DMR looks sexy, okay?
If you want to be a sniper, yeah. If you want to be a true hardcore woods ball sniper, 80 yards away.
This thing is going on 2 feet long. This thing looks legit sniper.
It's impractical.
If I saw from a bit of a distance, I think it was a real gun. It's got the scope, it's got everything. It looks
a tripod or bipod. I mean, it has
MagFed. Got the tank in the sky.
You will look like a SWAT officer out there.
Yeah, get some decked out clothes and wear that. Go out into public. You're guaranteed to get shot by the cops. This thing looks legit. Okay.
Yeah.
So Milsig is pumping out the cool looking guns.
I think it's really cool, real legit. I mean, I hate to see the price on it. Don't know what the price is going to be.
They're probably being expensive, kind of like the
probably be like 500
9.1s.
For the most.
They look cool, but they're like $800.
Yeah, it's the question of
especially
how much does it mean
dots.
to you? Like, how much does that actually mean to you? For me, I mean, what's the point of buying a gun that's going to be $500 to $800 gun, or $500 to $800 when I could buy a tracer and an axe and get best of both worlds, and then I can deck out a tracer. So that's what I have to say about it.
But about the price, well,
we don't know yet.
Well, yeah, but we don't know yet. It could be $200. It could be $600. From what I've checked,
we haven't checked yet.
Yeah, from knowledge of what I know, the tank stocks, those things can get kind of expensive, over about $100 for one. MagFeds, if you wanna, but this isn't getting a new kit for it. Those can run over about $200. Red dot sights around $50. So all that together,
$500 EOTech on a Splatmaster.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be a little bit expensive, but like we don't know yet.
Now, Inception Designs. Okay, dokie. Simon Stevens, I love you. But basically, they redid some stuff with the axe. Cooler body. They have the battle axe. Oh.
It's kind of like having a EMC kit on the.
Yeah, basically, it sort of is like
ETHA.
EMCing an ETHA.
It's got the rails on, Picatinny rails on it, so you can add crap.
And it's good for GoPros.
Yes, you can mount your GoPro on the Picatinny rail.
Inception Designs, Simon Stevens really designs his shit around GoPros too all the time, because a lot of people use GoPros. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, they are great cameras, but there is I think there is smaller stuff out there. I'm not going to get into a camera war, but anyways, a lot of people use GoPros and they recognize that, so they make better mounts, and now they can actually, you can mount your GoPro perfectly on your axe, and you have all these rails and shit. You have a better feed neck, better
lower
barrel.
feed neck.
And yeah, HK Army, finally, KLRs. Ooh.
Yep. They have passed inspection.
I've been waiting forever. Yeah, they've passed inspection. Now, a lot of players have been using them without them passing, but you know.
They had a problem with it where it was a quick eject on the side. You get shot with a paintball and we think.
It was like up here, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like up here. And
it'd get hit and the kind of things.
The lens could fall out.
The lens could fall out. It wasn't safe, but you know, I'm guessing they got around those problems and they're going to come out soon and hopefully ship this year.
In a few weeks, they said, actually. They said like 3 to 4 weeks at the most.
Maybe a new giveaway.
Yeah, maybe we can get that HK mask. But we do have the Vios up for a giveaway right now, unless if it's past 3,500 subs.
Which it isn't.
Just watching.
We've had a little low on subs, so pick it up, guys. You're slacking.
But yeah, so we're going to be... Maybe we might keep the... we might draw for the giveaway for the Vios, but then if we have the HK... mask on order, if we have the KLRs on order, then we might hold off like a week until we can
we might get a gun though
to compare it. Yeah,
we want to give away a gun. Maybe,
so the next question that we have to ask is, if you want to see a gun, what would you want to see us give away? Now I know a lot of people are going to say GS. Lurker also came out with a new gun. Not going to really touch base on that. I think it looks really skinny, but you know, it's there. But yeah, HK also has a new gear bag. If you didn't know about that.
It looks pretty cool. Kind of like the... Actually, it's not really like the gear bag that you have. It's a hard body case.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Doug's Eclipse bag.
I think it's stronger than that.
Yeah, I know, but it kind of reminds me of it because I think Doug's Eclipse bag. It's got the pockets where you can put your paintball clothes separate from your regular clothes, street clothes.
I have to say, my HK Army gear bag is the biggest gear bag I've ever seen. Bigger than all the Planet bags. Only gear bag that I know that's bigger is that huge ass Die Navigator bag where you can fit your whole home into it.
And they don't make those anymore.
They do, but the thing is that
that's the one that DJ has, right?
No, he has the NXE ones.
They don't make those anymore.
Yeah, the huge ass. The one that DJ has.
He's got a huge one.
DJ can fit like 4 cases, like 20, 30 pods in there, 10 guns, and like he can basically fit a whole pro shop in there. So if you see DJ come into your field with that gear bag, watch out. It can be robbing your pro store. Not really, but still. They make some huge ass gear bags. They really, really do. Only gear bag that, like I said, that I know that's bigger than that bigger than the HK one is the Die Navigator.
Alright, so GOG, they came out with some barrels. They got the, what's it called?
They came out with a new true carbon fiber barrel, so
it's not just aluminum wrapped. It's all
carbon fiber. I have to say, we're testing the Deadly Winds right now. If it is true, really thin carbon fiber, it's going to be a little bit louder than, say, a boomstick or an ultralight or anything like that. Reason why is that you can't get, when your carbon fiber is that thin and that small, it makes it really, really light. But it's still gonna make it a little bit louder because you're gonna have more of an echo. You're gonna have a different poof kind of sound on it. You're gonna have a ting sound to it. So if it is like really, really thin carbon fiber, almost like the Deadly Winds, it's not gonna be the quietest barrel around, but it's gonna accept freak inserts and it's gonna be super, super light. I think it's directly to compete with the Deadly Winds barrel, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that. And then one of the other things that I really like is they're finally bringing something back that I've been looking forward to, the 50 cal GOG ending. Oh my goodness, my goal in paintball is I kind of wanted to shoot all the types of guns that there are, like autocockers, autocockers, pump, mag fed. I want to shoot 50 cal. I want to practically do everything, auto mags. I want to shoot every type of gun and experience every type of play that there is in paintball. I want to play X-Ball, Hyperball, doing Speedball right now, Woodsball, Living Legends. I want to do practically all the shit that there possibly is to do, new school and old school. But I like how they brought in the 50 cal, and they're trying to get the 50 cal world back, because sort of it's not that big and not that amazing right now. I mean, there was some companies that tried to make some stuff, but that's just sort of a rant on the new stuff that we have. Next year, hopefully, we can go to Extravaganza and get you some footage. It's not set in stone, but we're looking at going next year. And we want to know what you are interested in seeing.
Yeah, tell us what you guys think about all the stuff that we just kind of
talked about.
Rambled on.
More other stuff, whatever you guys want. we hit the products that we personally sort of liked and thought that would be cool to talk about.
Comment to see if there's any other products you'd like us to mention.
I mean, we don't have them in front of us because we're not at Extravaganza. We didn't have the funding for that this year. We're on a low budget operation. But, so yeah.
Maybe if more subscribers would, you know.
Maybe if you guys would give us money.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But, I mean, you can if you want. But, anyway, so, yeah, hopefully we can go to Extravaganza next year. This is just sort of a random upload. And we kind of wanted to talk about some of the stuff that has come out. So a lot of people have been asking questions. So we thought we'd do it all in one video, mix it up a little bit. Yeah, so that's what we got. Comment on what you would want to see, and especially like a giveaway item, like a Invert Mini GS or
G5 maybe, Kalar.
Yeah.
Ions?
No. No. But anyways, so yeah, if there's a high enough demand, we might do an Ion giveaway. But so anyways, yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Stay classy. Fuck you, San Diego. Not really. I love you, San Diego.